Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
We're super excited. This morning we are interviewing the beautiful Italian Giorgia. And Giorgia actually in her journey has lost 42 kilos and she's going to share with us exactly how she did that. We're going to ask her some of the tough, fun questions about the whole journey. And hopefully you will pick up some tips and just pick up maybe you're in the same situation and something Giorgia says might trigger something amazing for you. So
Italian mama. Giorgia lost 42 kilos, which is 92 pounds for our American friends. And anyone else do pounds other than Americans?
I don't know.
Brits?
I don't know.
Brits do kilos, don't they? What do you know any of that, Giorgia?
That's a big amount, though. That is like tremendous.
Yes.
Commitment, dedication, all these words come to mind for me because that's just not, I'm going to lose that over, a month or so. That's, I got to commit to a healthy lifestyle now if I want to drop all this weight. Was that you?
Yes, and actually, you know that I'm not a big fan of the scale, and I tell all the newbies to ditch the scale and throw it out of the window. But this morning, I had to wake myself before going live, and actually, I am at minus 44. So,
Wow.
a bigger accomplishment, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, that's so inspirational.
Good job,
really,
Giorgia.
that's amazing.
Giorgia, can you please tell everyone about yourself? Like who you are, kids, family, what's going on? You're from Italy. We know that.
Yeah. Fine. Okay, so I'm a 39 years old mom of two. My girls are almost 10 years old and 2 years old. Okay, I started around 1 year ago, starting changing my mind around, weight loss and changing my habits. Because in 5 years, I gained a lot of weight, reaching the weight of 115 kilos. I can't even tell it. I can't even pronounce this number because it's weight. It's incredible. It's incredible. And no one ever told me anything. It was fine for everyone that I reached that weight. I had a very, tough period because I spent 2 years of my life as an exclusive caregiver for my father with Alzheimer's. And here in Italy is quite a mess because basically you are alone dealing with this. And yes, this was the main thing that led me to put up all that weight. Then I had a very difficult second pregnancy, and how things go. And yes, 1 year ago, I started, changing habits and say, no, I cannot live with this anymore. I have to do something for my health. I don't want to die of an heart attack, which is a thing we have in our family. So, I was quite scary, worried about this. And then I met you in January. So I started losing weight by myself, just changing habits and with portion control. But the real difference started in January, started with the Extreme Now Nourish plan.
Wow, it's amazing. And everyone that's just tuning in, so Giorgia has lost 44 kilos. She weighed herself this morning, and that's an up-to-date weight loss for her. But more so than the weight loss, it was about regaining her health because she had 110 kilos.
115
kilos. And just was like, oh my gosh, this is not healthy. And also for your girls, you wanted to be inspiring for them. So, and also anyone that's also tuned in, Giorgia's from Italy. So English is actually her second language, which I find so inspiring. Julius and I always say, anyone that can speak more than one language is an inspiration.
It's a genius.
So I think you're amazing.
Wow. So Giorgia, can you tell us how long did it take you to start?
To start Extreme?
To start dieting, there's a point. Usually some people, they want to start, but then it takes them so long to actually finally get into looking after themselves.
That enough's enough moment.
Yeah, I can understand it because basically it took me years to do so. But I talk with a lot of people from the group, and sometimes they tell me that they are worried about the program and things like that. Guys, you have to you don't have the responsibility for the program. The program works. So don't question, just start, and don't evaluate the program until you reach the first 8 weeks, because the program lasts 8 weeks for a reason. Okay, so just go. I know it takes some time to change your mind. Mind is the toughest part, I think. Because unless you enter the right state of mind, you are not accomplish anything, or you are not accomplish anything that will last in the future. But please start, and in the meantime, you can work on your mindset and do an appropriate shift.
So was there think about Georgia's 115 kilos right back a year ago. Was there a moment, do you remember a moment where you were just, for me, it was looking in the mirror, I was crying, I just had enough. Was there a moment like that for you? Do you remember, like, enough's enough, I'm done, I need to get this sorted?
It was not actually a single moment. It was a thing going on for some time, maybe for the previous summer, because with bikinis, which I don't wear, it's been the first summer this summer. Okay, I didn't have any. Yeah. And actually, I'm not done yet, so we will see next summer. It will be much better. I know. I started thinking, yeah, I have to do something. Maybe I should do something. But people around me was like, it's okay that you are like this, because, with all the things you endured so far, it's okay with, your second kid and your father. But inside me, I was thinking, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. I have to do something. It took me, maybe the summer, I think. But there wasn't a moment, an exact moment in which I said, okay, enough is enough. Probably also because I didn't tell this, but I suffer from binge eating, which is an eating disorder, and I've been treated at the hospital for this disease. And I know that, things that happen too fast, or when I have to, wait things and take control of other things, they make me go crazy. So I started gradually. And this was the real success, because I had time to get accustomed to the, new eating habits. And this was why I started immediately with extreme, and everything went well, because basically in January, I was already accustomed to new things, because I started around September. So I had from September to mid of January to get accustomed to it. And then I went on with extreme nourish, and it went perfectly.
Nice. I have a really important question for you, because I love Italian food and I love Italians, and your accent is just amazing.
It is amazing.
We just want you to talk.
We're so excited to go to Italy one day.
To Italia one day.
If you come, we have to meet. I'll come anywhere in Italy to meet you.
So here's the question for you. Italian houses are designed around the dining room table. Well, this is what I know. And all Italians show love with food. Well, the ones I know. How did you clean your diet and still stick to your heritage and continue to pour your love into your family and with food like that?
Well, you don't actually need to eat pasta or pizza to enjoy, lunches and dinners with friends and families. So, and actually, I wasn't a big pasta eater like many Italians are before starting the diet. So I really appreciate the fact that everywhere I go, I can have healthy choices. It's easier here than in other countries because you can always ask for, veggies or healthy options. So I keep enjoying the social part of going out to dinner or to lunch and meeting friends and go with family without any, particular problem related to the new things I eat. So it's okay.
Good. And you said, I read one of your posts where you said no one actually told you or said anything about you when you said you were 50 kilos overweight, you were obese and you're unhealthy. No one even mentioned it to you. Talk us through that.
We hear that all the time where people will never tell someone when they're fat, but they tell someone you're getting too skinny. So that's why that's very interesting you brought that up.
Yes, exactly. And the funny thing is that I started listening to your going too skinny thing when I was around 85 kilos. How can a woman be too skinny at 85 kilos? Please let me know, because I don't know how it is possible. My mother-in-law actually a couple of weeks ago said, enough is enough. Now you're going too skinny. Now look at me. How can I be too skinny? No, please. But yeah, it's true. No one ever told me anything before, probably because a bigger woman, makes you feel comfortable because at least you are better than her. Or at least you don't weigh 115 kilos. So you don't have to change anything. It's right like that.
Thank you. It's such a common thing, and anyone that's listening with this, I know I hear it all the time. People start saying now that I'm getting too skinny, or don't lose too much weight, don't get too skinny. So obviously from Georgia's experience and also ours, you will know when you'll hit the right weight and when it's comfortable for you. Like people ask, how do you know when you hit that right weight? I remember that I got to about 57 kilos or 58 kilos, and I just was like, I still didn't feel like I was there. I hit 55 and I hit my sweet spot. And it didn't matter about the weight. That's really important that you guys understand that. What's most important is how you feel, and you'll know when you feel right. It doesn't matter about anyone else. So if someone says to you, I'm too skinny, just say thank you or whatever. Just don't take that on personally, because you know that you're eating well and you're healthy and you're nourishing your body. Most importantly, so what matters most is how you feel about you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think that skinny is, one goal to pursue. Honestly, I want to be fit. So I don't care. My goal is minus 50, so reach the 65 kilos. I don't know if I will be happy with that, but what I know for sure is that I want to build muscles. So it will be okay even being 70s or 68 kilos, but with muscles, than 65. So who knows? But skinny is not a goal for me, and for no one, I think, in our group.
Yeah, exactly.
So if anyone's just tuned in, Georgia's lost 44 kilos. She was 115. A lot of people are asking here, Giorgia, how long did it take you from when you first weighed 115 to now?
Okay. Just to have a quick recap, I started by myself at the end of the last summer, so around mid of September, because it was after the school beginning. So here in Italy starts around the 10th or around the 12th of September. So it's more or less 1 year. And as far as extreme nourish plan, I started mid of January. So until now, I'm in round 3 currently.
That's amazing. That shows real commitment, as I said earlier, right at the beginning of the live, to stick to something for such a long time. When you've got such a big amount of weight, it can be overwhelming. And everyone, including Giorgia, said you just take it piece by piece. You're changing your lifestyle. It's not about, you're never going back to the old way you used to eat and your old behaviors. So you just got to understand, just take it down to bite-sized pieces. And just take, just take it day by day, rather than thinking, oh my God, I've got 44 kilos to lose or more for some people. Just think that's really overwhelming. So what would be your advice with that?
You know, first of all, just start. Please fill your fridge with, you know, healthy things, and start. Sometimes I read comments like, oh, today it wasn't perfect and things like that. Guys, perfection does not exist. So please, everything is better than laying on the couch eating fries. So please start and shut up and go. And then, yeah, please allow some time to your body to understand what you're doing, and also to your mind. Yes, this is my my main tip. Another thing, a tip I could give to which really worked for me. I am a person who likes to visualize things, so I left a few notes around my house. The most important one is still on my fridge, and I wrote down a big think, okay, on it. Every time I go to the fridge and open it, I read think. Yeah, okay. So the first time it was like, okay, I have to think what I have to put in my mouth, which seems very, you know, straightforward. But it's not, because sometimes you go to the fridge and you open it and you eat whatever you know, you find inside. But this was really, really helpful to me. This thing for the eating part. As far as the exercise part, this watch, which is a simple sport watch I had, reminds me every day that I have to do something to move and exercise. So you know, it's a trigger I have, and I use it currently, even after 1 year. So
wow, that's
really
really amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're saying that the first thing you did was you stuck that think on the fridge. What else did you do? Like, what was it like to start? Finally, just start.
Very, very easily. So it's been quite easy to me. So
that's good.
I don't know.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, but you know, it's been easier than for other people, just because I started a few months earlier. This was why. Maybe the worst part was 2 or 3 days related to the sugar detox, which were, you know, harder to go through. But it was like, yeah, 2-3 days. So apart from that, I stick to, you know, cook my own things and eat right and do my things without, you know, any need for perfection. So, but
yeah,
it's me, you know.
Hey, Giorgia, did you have any breakthroughs anywhere?
Honestly, I don't remember any major breakthrough. I'm a very, you know, a hot person, not the way I'm looking, you know, but I have a lot of energy. I have to do things. I have to go fast, and sometimes when people around me are slow or, you know, like this, yeah,
Very Italian.
But related to my weight loss, maybe I've been lucky or maybe not, but maybe for the things I endured before going in, no, I didn't have any major breakthrough.
So losing, just so we know, losing 44 kilos, Georgia's lost, if you've just tuned in, is not lucky, Giorgia. That is hard work, and that is, you know, it doesn't just fall off. It has been day after day, committing to what you put in your mouth, committing to moving and doing some exercise and nourishing your body every day. So it's not luck. It's not luck.
Yeah, these lucky things make me go crazy. It doesn't happen by chance. I'm not lucky. And also yesterday, I think I replied to a girl saying, oh, wish me luck. No, girl, I don't wish you luck. You don't need luck. You need dedication. You need to have the right mindset to go through each day. This is what I wish for you. And just go.
Nice. Did you have any breakdowns? Like any point where you just wanted to go back to binge eating? I mean, it's been a year.
Actually, no, but this is because I made a few diets before starting, 1 year ago, and I think that the major improvement is related to going sugar-free. Why? Because I think that without sugar, I feel free from food. This is the most, important thing for a binge eater. I don't need food anymore. So if there's food, it's okay. If there's not food, it's okay as well. This thing made me go crazy before because I needed food to go through my day. So and I reached for it day and night, and you know how binge goes. But so yeah, going sugar-free really helped me. And
So have
since
you
it is
eaten
the
no
major
sugar
thing.
at all? I'm sorry. So you've eaten no sugar at all?
No sugar at all, and I don't plan to reintroduce it anymore in my diet. So people, when people talk like me, they say I'm going crazy, but yeah.
To everyone watching this, it sounds like you have an incredibly strong mind. Did you know you were this
powerful in the mind?
No, actually, no. I didn't know it. I also made a few things with mindset. I studied, several people like, Bob Proctor, if you know him, and people like him to work with my mindset in order to shift it, to have a proper mindset shift. So yeah, but it's a thing I learned while I was on Nourish, and I'm very happy with it.
And the thing with, I mean, you've never had sugar again, and people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, how do you even do that? But the feeling of how you feel now and how we feel and how anyone that's gone through that process of being overweight or not feeling amazing or suffering depression or anxiety or all the things that people go through, when you come out the other side and when you reach your goal, the feeling is so much better than any sugar or any food. That's the thing you've got to remember and keep that in your mind if you're really trying to start. Would you agree, Giorgia?
Yes, of course. Also, I experienced to go back for a little while. I said a little while, then I had to check my diary in order to understand how many weeks passed between my round 1 and round 2, because I didn't go straight to round 2. And it was like 2 months. In those 2 months, I had several journeys abroad, and I had again sugar. And let me tell you, this thing really, made me go crazy, because it took me weeks to go back to the right mindset and say, fine, I don't need sugar. Sugar makes me feel like crap. I don't want it anymore. And go back to Nourish and start round number 3. So round number 2, excuse me. So no, I already tried to stay several weeks without sugar. I'm fine with that, and I don't want to go back, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy like that when if you've cut it out of your diet and then you think to yourself, I'll just have a little bit. A little bit never lasts. It just goes more and more and more, and then you're addicted immediately. It's like
I think I could be able to eat a whole box of chocolate if I, had it here. No, not now, because now I'm strong enough to say no, thank you. But I easily understand when people say, "Oh, I fell off the bandwagon," and it's hard to restart. I understand it. It's right. It's true.
Yeah. And what about fruit?
I followed exactly the plan until the 7th week of round 2. Then I started exercising much more. So I switched more to a carb cycling thing. And so I have some fruit from time to time when I need to. But I don't go crazy for that. I know that I can eat a banana without a problem, or an apple. But I don't need, 5 kilos of fruit. Fruit is I don't see it as sugar. even if I know it contains sugar, but it's not addictive, like, soda or, Coke or things like that.
That's such a good point, because a lot of people, to get off sugar, you actually do need to stop fruit for a little while, but you can always reintroduce fruit. Fruit's actually good for you. It's not the end of the world.
It's incredibly good for you. It's just your body still sees it as sugar. So if you're going through this, starting the journey of health, and you're going through that sugar detox, I did the same and Julius did the same. Yeah. You just eliminate fruit completely so that your body has a chance to reset. So you're like creating this, imagine this blank canvas for yourself where you're eliminating foods that might be causing inflammation in your body or an addiction like sugar. But fruit is such a great thing to bring back in. But when you're not addicted to sugar, it's because you bring it back in and it's not a needed thing. It's just an enjoyment rather than eating it.
Yeah, totally agree. Plus, you don't have cravings. If you, cravings make you go crazy at the beginning. So you have to cut them as long as you can, as much as you can, because really they make you go crazy. So if you cut sugar out for a while, it's better also for this. You are free from cravings, free from food.
Everything you're saying is so true. And people do really think, why should I give up fruit? Fruit's really good for you, and it is. But you're not getting rid of that absolute sugar crutch because, you've eliminated refined sugars or any other sort of sugar like honey and things like that, but you're still having that sweet fix. So your mind and your addiction is still being satisfied with a sweet fruit. But if you eliminate it, when you bring fruit back in, it's not an addiction anymore. It's just, it's good for me. So I'm having the fiber and the great stuff fruit that comes with fruit without the addiction, without that mental addiction.
And do you find also, Giorgia, now that you've cut out all commercial sugars and refined sugars, when you have fruit, it tastes so much sweeter and so much better than it did
better. Yeah, of course. They are my sweets.
That's so good.
And there's so much you can do with fruit to make it into a sweet. Like for bananas, like you said, you can freeze them and blend them into ice cream. You never have to have junky ice cream again because you've got those bananas in the freezer.
Yeah. Plus, I have a very good food processor, so I use it whenever I can, Otherwise, it would have been a summer without any ice cream, so.
What's that? Okay, Giorgia, was there any point in your journey that you've wanted to just quit?
No. I wouldn't say that.
Something you need to
No, but there's a reason for that. It seems like I'm a superhero, and I'm not, honestly. But really, I started years ago to trying to do this thing. So I've been there, but years ago. Once I decided that I was going to reach my goal, then I went, on and on and on and on and areas, and I know I will get there, no matter what. So I had my ups and downs, as I said. It took me weeks before going on round 2. I knew I already, I put on actually some weight, like 6 kilos or so. It was a big down for me, after a lot of months doing the right things and so on. Putting back 6 kilos was quite a nightmare for me. But then I went on with round 2. I lost those 6 kilos, and then I am today at -44.
That is amazing.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing, because some people just find it really hard to start, but it's just taking that step and starting. And I guess the support of our community as well is handy, because you've got mums and dads from all around the world that kind of understand your situation, and they can really just support you through that in a positive way. Yeah,
I love the community. I met a lot of friends actually there. It seems like a joke now, because it's like, there are an Italian, a Belgian, and a French. That makes me laugh a lot. I was talking about this with my husband last week. But yeah, the support is amazing also because we are trying to really keep positivity also when, you know, things are not so positive, but you can always turn around things, and you have to believe that. Yeah, we all have up and downs, but once you find people who's there to support you and really support you, I found support more from the group than from around, you know, people around me, because they understand the things I'm going through. So they don't comment, that I don't get nasty comments from you know, fellow fit moms and fit dads.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's so
It's a
important.
heaven.
Yeah, no one would though. I really like, that's one big thing about the community is there's no one ever judges, or, you know, it's such an amazing, because I know that for everybody listening, Facebook and social media can be such a troll, like you can really cop a lot of negative comments if you put yourself out there publicly. But I guess because it's a secret group, so you've got the cream, you know, the people that want to be positive, they want to be happy, they want to be healthy, they want to be better parents and get through the day and not just go, oh God, another day. They're like, yes, another day. So that's the sort of people that you kind of surrounded yourself with, which I guess is a help with succeeding as well.
Tell us about the first time someone noticed that you'd started losing weight.
A couple of days ago, I went to my hairdresser,
Yeah.
and she had the courage to tell me, I'm not saying anything really. 2 days ago. And I said, no, you're joking. No, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, it's okay.
Time to find a new hairdresser. That one sounds jealous.
That one sounds very jealous.
I don't know, because she is, you know, really, you know, fit, and she seems so healthy, but probably she struggles with, you know, eating as well. So I don't know, but this made me laugh, because you know how many kilos I have to lose before you recognize it.
Wow.
How's
the support of your family been?
Yeah, my family is actually very, very happy. My husband too. And sometimes he says, "Oh, look, there is a bone here. There is a bone there."
And for someone that doesn't have a supportive husband or a supportive family, what advice would you give them if they're starting this on their own with no support around them? Because lots of people do have that.
Yeah, I know, but you know, what you choose to eat is your own affair. You decide really how to go on, and you decide what to do with your life. So you don't need actually any support from anyone. If you want to do something that for your health, for your, you know, for your mind, just do it. Just start. I know it will be harder. At the beginning, I had my mother-in-law trying to sabotage my every, you know, at every dinner and lunch, she prepared things, and I just had to say, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. But in the end, I got to, you know, make her understand that I was doing things for real. After 1 year, she stopped saying things apart from that you're going to skinny thing, that, you know, mother-in-laws, so it's normal. But please, you are doing a thing for yourself, so you don't need anyone's support. Plus, there is an amazing group, so come there. We are there to support you.
Yeah, and also for a lot of people where your family is not supportive, so they might be like, oh gosh, another diet or another healthy decision or whatever. For people that have had that experience, what we find over time, the partner does get involved, because they see, okay, you're actually committed to this. This is a lifestyle change, and it's not just a fad, or it's just not another couple of weeks and you're going to fall off the bandwagon. They see that you're committed, and you inspire people without meaning to. Don't you agree, Jay? Like, this is a huge thing. If you're listening and your family's not supportive, don't worry about them just yet. You keep going, because by you doing rather than saying, you'll inspire your kids, you'll inspire your husband. I've seen mums that have started this and their teenage kids come in and go, Mum, I want to eat what you're eating, or their younger kids, Mum, I want to, or Dad, I want to eat what you're eating. And it's a ripple effect when your family's not supportive initially.
Yes, actually, I found that my 10 years old, almost 10 years old, is very involved also in the exercise part, and I'm influencing her in terms of not only exercise, but she came to me saying things like, "Hey, mommy, so girls can lift weights? Show me your muscles," and things like that. Can I exercise with you? Yesterday, I exercised with her. I used weights. She didn't, of course, because she's 10 years old. But things like that. I find that my kids are a bit, tricky to influence as long as the eating part. But we are working around that as well. So yeah, you can have basically a very good influence on your family too. It's great.
Yeah, that's so cool. Hey, so has this helped your marriage?
I married 3 years ago, so my marriage was quite, fresh and but yeah, my husband is very happy about this. He sees me much healthier, happier. So of course it's I find myself in a better condition than 3 years ago with my father's Alzheimer's, and so yeah.
You're nearly half the size as what you were before. Does he miss the other half?
No. No. And also I don't miss the clothes, those baggy clothes, and all out of the window. And Sharon, it's a very good thing to go shopping for new clothes, right?
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, did you have stuff in your wardrobe or did you have to do a whole new wardrobe shop?
I actually had a lot of things, and they almost all fit. Also things from when I was like 18 or 19 years old. It's crazy.
Wow.
You still have that stuff.
Yeah. So, it's when you realize that you were a lot skinnier. When I was 18 or 19 years old, I felt fat, but actually it wasn't, because if I can wear those clothes now. Actually, I'm not that fat. So I wish I could tell to my old self, "Hey, you're okay." But it's
yeah.
So is there anything you can do now that you couldn't do before?
I've been a very active person, but probably I improved my fitness level a lot. And I will go back to running again. I've been clear for running just a couple of months ago from my doctor. So I'm still slow as a snail, but I will improve a lot because of this new weight and new fitness level.
New body.
Yeah.
Giorgia can't see you, Giorgia.
No, I'm like, because of your new body, and I'm doing a little dance, but you can't even see me, gorgeous.
No, I'm sorry, because I see just myself. I'm using the app. I don't see you. I had a whole conversation without really seeing the two of you. So, but it's okay as long as you hear me, because we had audio problems. Yeah,
we can still see you. So can you tell us also, what's it like? You're on a very health conscious diet. What's it like feeding your kids?
My kids still want something, notice something they shouldn't eat. So I try to balance everything. It's going well every day. It's a bit of improvement, because maybe they ask me for fruit instead of asking me for other sweet things or processed food. I'm still in the middle. but yeah, it's getting better. So
that's good.
It's
So
okay. We're you know, it's not a junk free house currently, but I plan to reach that goal too.
that's cool. That's
So
awesome.
what's it like now? I mean, your kids and your husband have been the closest to you through this whole journey. What's it
Yeah.
like to inspire your own children?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I didn't realize how much I could do in terms of inspiring them and also inspiring my husband, because he actually started training with me, started running with me again. We discovered, a new way to stay together. We always try to do something active. We try to find time for do sports together, and also I have something like a fitness date with hobby a couple of times a week, where we go, like running or doing things like that, weights and so on. So it's amazing. I didn't realize, honestly, to be so inspiring for them.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, a lot of people, when they start out, they don't realize, they don't think they could ever be an inspiration. They're so dark on themselves and they have no idea who they could become. And then just through the time and consistency, you get to a point where suddenly everyone's telling you're an inspiration. And so for you, Giorgia, like, you're a huge inspiration on our forum, and there's, 12,000 or 14,000 people that look up to you. What's it like? I mean, that's nearly a stadium worth of people looking up to you, and they're inspired.
Please don't tell it to me.
Amazing.
You're like a superstar.
I'm trying to stay calm. If you say this to me, I'm going crazy.
No, it's you're changing lives just by
are.
you. And when you and your hubby are out, say, doing your exercise together and having your fitness date, you don't know who's watching, and they see that, and then they go home and go, you know what, it's time for me to change, just because they saw you doing it. You don't know the ripple effect that you're having on people that happen to see you but don't even know you. So you are changing lives just by you being who you want to be.
Yeah, it's great. You know that my mother also asked me for a fitness tracker. My mother is 73 years old, and she told me, please buy me a fitness tracker, because I need to know how many steps I do a day. And she's around like 20,000 or 18,000 steps per day.
Wow, that's
Very crazy with this.
Mama likes a walk.
Yeah. I don't know how she can do it, but she's actually out every day for hours, and she go walking, and
Oh, no, there you are. You're still there.
You know that mothers don't really, appreciate what you do. At least my mother. She's always questioning. But as far as this, I'm very happy with it.
Wow. So here's a really important question for you, Giorgia. What does it feel like to actually do what you set out to do?
I don't know. It's amazing, but believe me, if I say that, it's becoming normal. It's becoming, quite, it's okay. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, like it's a normal thing. Yeah, I'm on autopilot now. So it's strange. It's strange if you think about it, because I'm not doing a thing, an easy thing or something everyone can do. Or actually, I think that everyone can do this kind of thing, but not everyone has the mind to do that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing it.
That's so good. And what I mean is, a lot of people, before they start, they can't even stick to eating healthy for 1 day or 2 days, and then it echoes through the rest of their life. For us, we say to them, ask yourself, if you can't do this, if you can't look after yourself for 1 day, what else are you cheating yourself on in life?
Yeah, what else are you quitting on?
And it works both ways, though. So now you are sticking to something. You're sticking to looking after yourself. Where else in your life is this mindset showing up? Have you noticed anything like that?
In business, because this, I will do it mindset is useful in every aspect of the life, also in business. And I train my mind to understand that I can do whatever I'm set up to. So nothing can stop me now.
So you're saying, so just to get this clear, Giorgia, by getting healthy, you've gotten more money. You're richer.
Wow.
Lost the kilos and gained the dollars, or
it will take some time, but at least I have a path which I want to to follow and see what lead to.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
So next question, was there like a worst moment in the last year that you've been doing this where you're just like, wow, this is just the hardest thing I've ever done and I just hate it?
I would like to see the 50 burpees.
Yeah, 50 burpees.
I think that the worst moments were the sugar detox.
Yeah. And what about the best moments?
Not just the sugar, but also the dairy detox, which was really addictive for me, dairy. So ditching both has been really really hard, but it was just the beginning. So really, I cannot say anything else. I'm thinking about no.
What about
and I went through it a couple of times, because I already told you that between round and 2 I had sugar again. So I experienced it 2 times, and it's enough for me.
What about your best moments? Like, have you got a couple of besties, best moments?
Best moments, are related to actually understand what I'm doing, because I don't know how this happens, but you lose a lot of kilos and you still see yourself the old way. So you don't really understand that you are skinnier, you are fitter. Then you go shopping and you look for an extra large dress or like that, things like that. Consider that the first time I went shopping for fitness clothes, I didn't find anything in my size. I had to go to the men's department and buy a double XL, size. So I was that big. Okay. The last times I'm going shopping, I have to look for a medium or a small. So this made me go crazy, because it's not just a matter of size, it's a matter of, hey, you changed a whole lot. It's 44 kilos.
Wow, that's amazing.
So what's next for you now, Giorgia?
Now you're a sexy Italian mama.
Excuse me? I missed the last question.
What's next for you now? Like, what are some of the goals you have? You said you want to get stronger. Like, what's next for you now? You're a sexy mama.
Yeah, I would like to actually run a half marathon within the next year. Seems
what
quite
about
crazy.
a marathon? What about a marathon? Yeah. That's not much further.
What about the marathon? Yeah, it is the next goal, but I think that I'm still slow as a snail, so I may be changing my goal and improve it. But at the time being, I feel that a half marathon is more within my reach in 1 year. I say
you can do a marathon. We had the same conversation with Tanya probably a year ago or whatever. She said, I'm going to do a half marathon. And Julia said to her, why don't you just do an ultra marathon? And she's like, no. And then a week later, she entered an ultra marathon.
Yeah.
So
finished it.
I say you can do a marathon, beautiful.
You lost 44 kilos. You can run 5 kilos. I mean, 42.
Yeah, you can run 42.
Yeah, I can do it. Okay. I have to carefully plan for this goal, because you need to train properly. So it's okay. But I have a few friends of mine running, ultra marathons like 100 kilometers and things like that, 24 hours straight and things like that. So I already know crazy enough people to to talk to and to plan this goal properly.
Hey, Georgia, 2 more questions and then we'll let you go. What would you say to your old self now? What advice would you have for the old you, the Georgia that started the program?
There's 115
kilos.
Yeah,
please start sooner. No, just have faith in yourself, because you can do whatever you want. And this is a thing I didn't know actually at the beginning. But please start, please. Please do it. 115 kilos is really too much. Even no one is saying this to you, but please do it.
All right, Georgia, you have the floor now. What final word would you like to share for all the other mums and dads that are watching you now? 14,000 people.
14,000. Yeah, guys. There's a lot of things we can do if we are healthier, happier, fitter. So it's really up to us to change our lives for the better, and not only change our lives, but also change our family and people around us. So let's put some effort on it and try to get better every day, because it's a thing we can do to, better not only ourselves, but people who we love and are around us.
So good. Thank you so much, Georgia.
Thank you. Georgia's actually weighed herself this morning and she's at 44 kilo loss right now as of today. And so lost a lot of weight, got a lot of new clothes, and is feeling amazing. So thank you so much for coming on and just inspiring others that it's possible, because as I said earlier, 44 kilos doesn't come with luck. It just comes with consistency every day and dedication to nourishing your body.
So good.
Yeah.
So amazing. You're very inspiring.